Hi, this is Raghav. Welcome to Legacy Code Made Easy. In this video, let's see our first COBOL program. So, in this video and subsequent videos, to demonstrate the COBOL programs, I'm using the Open COBOL IDE, along which can run on Windows, right? So that's the screen that you're seeing using Open COBOL IDE. Now, this is how a smallest COBOL program may look like. So this is a hello COBOL program. So in order to write a small program like hello COBOL, we need minimum 5 lines in our code, and we have to follow certain coding format and conventions. Here you can see whatever is in the green color, this ones, they are nothing but the comments. In order to give a comment in a COBOL program, we need to follow coding format. Basically, you have to put a star in column number 7. So then the entire line will be treated as a comment line. And then we have to start writing the syntax of the COBOL. So here you can see that identification division, program ID, procedure division, and then a display statement. A display statement is equivalent to the print statement in many of the programming languages. It will just display that on the terminal. Now stop run is somewhat equivalent to the exit statement in many languages. It basically stops the program. So this stop run statement is essential in almost all the COBOL programs. So this is all this program is doing. Let's try to run it and see the output. So I'm going to run this program now. Right, so now I have run this program. So you can see the output hello COBOL in the terminal below, right? So the display statement will give the output in your terminal. So in Windows open source COBOL, this is how you can see the output of your display statements. Now let's try to understand a little more on the coding format. So let's go to the document. So here you can see COBOL is a language which is heavily based on the column positioning, right? So where you type is important. So basically a line is divided into 80 columns, that is each column represents one character. The first 6 columns are meant to be used in the good old days where they were using punch cards. So in the modern COBOL they don't use it. In mainframe, some of the editors, they will automatically fill it with the sequence numbers. So either you can have a line number here or you can leave it blank. The first 6 columns we will not be using it in general. The column number 7 can be used to indicate a comment or a continuation. Typically that is what it is used for. A star indicates it's a comment line and a dash indicates it's a continuation of a previous statement in your COBOL instruction. So column number 8, 9, 10, 11 is also referred as area A, in which you code certain syntax of COBOL. And column number 12 to 72 is referred as area B, in which you can code certain syntax. So there are certain syntax you have to code within the area A and certain syntax you have to code within area B. Whereas some things can be common between area A and area B. So as we go along, we will see where we have to use area A or area B or where it doesn't matter. Column number 73 to 80, again this is generally referred as identification area. So basically we don't use this, and sometimes in certain projects they use it for tagging code changes. So for that purpose it can be used, right? And as we go along, when we look into more of variable definitions and all that, we will see something called as a level numbers. So these level numbers, again certain level numbers have to come in area A, whereas other level numbers can come in area B. So this is the coding format which we have to follow. Basically column positioning is very, very important. You can't type anything anywhere you want. You have to strictly follow the column position, otherwise you will get compile errors. Now overall a COBOL program is divided in a hierarchical manner. So it's basically divided into 4 divisions. Within each divisions they can have 1 or more sections, and within each section there can be 1 or more paragraphs, Again, these sections and paragraphs are optional within the divisions, and a paragraph can have one or more sentences, which is nothing but a combination of statements. It is somewhat similar to the English language, and a statement can have basically what is called as a clause. A clause is nothing but basically some keywords which is used to do certain operations, and it can have one or two more words. So a word is a single word which is made up of one or more characters, and obviously the character is the lowest form in the program structures. So what are the characters that are allowed in COBOL? Normal A to Z, either in caps or small, 0 to 9, and then arithmetic symbols like plus, minus, star and slash, and relational operator symbols like less than, greater than, equal to. In addition to that, we can also have dollar symbol for currency. That's a default. In Europe it can be different. Comma, semicolon, a period, double quote, single quote, open braces, close braces, and a colon. So these are characters which you can use in any COBOL program, right? Also, one more thing that we will keep using is what is called as a COBOL word. So a COBOL word can be user defined or it can be system defined. Either way, it will not exceed 30 characters, and it will be generally alphanumeric with optional hyphen in between. So this is the structure of any COBOL program. Not all of them are mandatory. As we see, let's go back to this COBOL program again. You can see here the first division of the COBOL program is always identification division. Basically, the program COBOL program should always start with the identification division, and then within that we have a paragraph called program ID. This is the name of the paragraph. All these division paragraphs should always end with a period, so you can see a period here. Program ID is nothing but the name of the program, so just you give a name of the program here. Typically you are expected to give maximum of 8 characters, because in mainframe systems generally that is the restriction that we have, which we may not necessarily have in other implementations, but it is a good practice to have it up to 8 characters. And in procedure division, that is another division of the COBOL program, we give the instruction, that is executable instructions. So in this case we have only 2 executable instructions. One is the display statement, which basically it will display a text or a variable value. In this case we are displaying a hard-coded text, so it will display it on the terminal. In case of mainframe, we have something called as a spool area, in which we can go and check the output there. Stop run is a required statement in all the COBOL programs. It indicates the end of the program, so logical end of the program, so without which we may get some errors. So these two are the stop run is a mandatory statement in almost all the COBOL programs. There are some exceptions which you will see down the line. So this is the introduction to our first COBOL program. I hope you got some sense out of it, how a COBOL program looks like. Again, in this case we have used all capital letters, but it is not necessary. You can also use small case, but that's the industry convention that we always use capital letters for coding in COBOL. Okay, I hope you found this video useful. Thank you for watching. We will connect again in the next video.